Hello and welcome to the Vector Garden YouTube channel. My name is Monika, and in this video we're going to discuss if you need to expand your Illustrator effects and live objects before sending it to print. And I'm going to discuss two options. One is you save an Illustrator file that gets placed into InDesign, and the other option is you send the file directly into production from Illustrator, which happens mostly when you send it to a plotter or other special output machines. So the file has some special stuff in it. Now, these three designs are from my 36 Days of Type project, which are based on one anchor point each. So when you go into outline view, you see these three anchor points, and everything else happens in the appearance panel, which we have here. So when I select it, there are a lot of fills and strokes and effects applied to them. This one even has pixel-based effects applied to some of those fills. You see the drop shadow here, and some have a inside glow and stuff like that. This is just converted to circles and moved around. We also have a brush in this file, this one which is an art brush. And in here we have a live paint group. So this is a live object. Now when I select one of those paths, I can move it around and the red shape in here adapts to that. What does InDesign do with all that? Let's first save it. So I'm going to File and Save As and save that on my computer, and then replace this file here. And of course, you know, when you want to place something in InDesign, you have to create a PDF compatible file. And what this does is it saves a complete PDF file inside your AI file. So you have two files in one. You have the AI file, which is needed for editing it in Illustrator, and you have the PDF, which is needed for everything else, basically. Let's go to OK. And then let's switch to InDesign and just place the thing. So there we have the file. I'm going to open it and place it like so. And there we have the file, and everything looks just fine. That's happening because I have set it to overprint preview. If I don't have that, it looks a little coarse, but that's just the preview, and I'm going to check it in overprint preview. You can also check the preview quality. I think overprint preview is just quicker, so that's why I use it, but I turn it off whenever I don't need it because it slows down InDesign. So that's okay, and we can also go to separations preview and all of that, and provided this file is set up correctly in Illustrator with overprints and stuff like that, then it will be okay in InDesign. And there's also the pre-flight we can take a look at, and it shows no errors, but it has errors. I know that it has errors because I've built them into the file. So we have to take precautions in the pre-flight. Let's go to the pre-flight panel, and in there I have already set up a different profile. So let's go to this copy, and you see there's an error. The image resolution is wrong. So let's first take a look at this profile, and this is the profile I have created, and it also watches out for the resolution of images inside a PDF, which usually doesn't happen, but I've turned that on. So the minimum resolution inside that file, of course, should watch out for the PPI setting that is needed for production. In this case, I've assumed for printing 300 PPI. And I've checked for that, and then we got an error. You should also check for maximum, especially when you scale down the file. So I've checked that as well, but it doesn't apply here. So we have an issue, but we didn't place an image in the Illustrator file. So where does that come from? Now we have the raster-based effect in here. And the raster-based effect gets converted to an image in the PDF automatically, because a PDF does not know anything about Illustrator effects. It just knows raster images. It can't make effects. Same goes for the brush, and same goes for the live paint group. So is there maybe a way we can check out the structure of that PDF? When opening it in Illustrator, we see the AI file because Illustrator can read it and then it opens it. When we check it out in Acrobat, we open the PDF, but in there we can't have an outline view. So how can we check that PDF? So there's a way to check that in Illustrator. And to do that, you need to create a new file and then go to File, Place. And when doing that, you place the PDF part of that AI file in Illustrator. So, like so. Now, it's uneditable at the moment because it's linked, so let's embed it. And still, we only see that outline. That happens because there are a lot of clipping masks in a PDF. We can see that in the Layers panel. And you see groups and clip groups and even more clip groups and still more clip groups. So a lot of clip groups. When we turn on the outline view, so there is the structure, and we see the brush is outlined and there are a lot of frames in here, rectangles, which are in this case the converted pixel-based effects. Now this is just paths, but when you imagine you would send that to a plotter, that would just cut everything. So that won't be okay. And in here, we also have that rectangle, which is in this case not an image, but when we select that and let's just look for it in the Layers panel, you see it's a clipping path. So we have a lot of clipping paths inside that live paint, that former live paint. So you see the live objects and the live effects automatically get expanded when you save the PDF. You don't have to care for that. You only have to set up the AI file correctly. And you have to, of course, watch out for your resolution. But when sending files like that to a plotter, then you have, of course, expand your effects, and after that you also have to use Pathfinder operation and whatnot to clean all this up. Now the only thing that's left is how do we set up the resolution of the expanded pixel-based effects, and I'm going back to that original file. This happens in Effect, Document, Raster Effect Settings, and there you set up the resolution your effect has when it's expanded. So that drop shadow and the inside glow, I want to have them at high resolution in this case, and that's the thing you set up in here. And then you won't get that nasty pre-flight issue in InDesign. This resolution is also the resolution you set up when you set up a new document. There you have this resolution, which is also the raster effects resolution. So this is a rather complicated answer to that simple question, do I need to expand my effects before going to print? If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.